And now it is time to pick our Browns game. Dan Labbe, Mary Kay Cabot, Doug Lesmerises, Ellis Williams, and Football Insider subscriber Bob Hollis. We call him Hollis. We are going to go with the line at the Browns favored by 9.5 points. But I do need to say before we get there, this is the game on this podcast we were just destined to pick. The Jets have been a running theme throughout the podcast every single week. Picking against the New York Jets has become a favorite thing of many of us throughout the season. I know it got me some cheap wins early in the year before I stopped doing it. So this is just destiny that finally here we all are having to pick the Jets game against the Browns. So, Hollis, you are our Football Insider subscriber. You get to go first.
All right, thanks. I'm picking the Browns, of course.
What?
Yes. I got a score of 31-6. I think it's not even going to be in question. So, got a lot of confidence in the Browns. They've been showing it. They're due, and they've been showing the way. So, it's going to be a laugher, as they say.
I wish I could argue the other way. I can't. Not that I would pick the Jets, but I wish I could argue that it would be closer than that. I just can't. I can't make this interesting. Just like I don't think this game is going to be very interesting. I've got the Browns covering that 9.5 easy. And honestly, my score that I had in mind is pretty close to what you were thinking. Something along the lines of 30-10, 30-13, something like that. I just think this is going to be a game. This team has given me no evidence that they would come out flat in a game like this and not just take care of business and do what they're supposed to do. So to me, I think the Browns minus 9.5 is just, I hate to say a line is easy. This one feels easy. Browns minus 9.5. Ellis, what are you thinking?
Yeah, for the Browns to land on the other side of this, like you said, Dan, the Browns would have to show something they haven't been this year. The only example or a product we can look at would be the 2-point escape in Jacksonville, but that was a different team then. Baker Mayfield was missing a couple wide open options in that game, and last week he set the franchise record for completion percentage. He's not that quarterback that he just was, 3 weeks ago. And in defensively, I think the Jaguars have more options, better younger talent than the Jets do. And then on top of that, Myles Garrett will be playing in this game, and he wasn't there in Jacksonville. So considering that comp, and I know the Jets just came off of a nice win. If the Giants-Browns game would have been closer, the way I thought it may have been, then I would feel a little differently about this game. But to only allow 6 points in that stadium already, I don't see the Jets breaking 13 or 17. Maybe they don't get to double digits. So 9.5, of course, a big number, but similar game plan, more possessions this game too. I think, it's more of a 10-11 possession type of game rather than the odd 7 possessions each we saw last week. So give me the Browns covering, winning handily. There's just been nothing that this team has shown when they have an opportunity to have a low point, an excuse to lay down and just look past to the next week. And if there is a trap game on the schedule, it's this one. I mean, the division could be on the line in week 17, and here they have the New York Jets. It's probably a good thing they won last week, honestly. With all that being said, it's the Browns minus 9.5. I don't really see how you can land a different side of this.
Doug, I'm trying to read your face here. I don't know if you want to throw a wrench into things or not.
I got 3 words for you. Sucker line.
Wow.
Sucker line. Because of all the stuff you just said. And by the way, here's the wrench in the stuff is that still the Browns defense. I don't know. The Browns not going to score. They'll score. Let's not get too fooled by the incompetence of the Giants last week, who were playing Colt McCoy and had their backup play caller in. So I know the Jets are terribly coached, but Sam Darnold somewhere deep inside his body, it's hidden under layers of agony and incompetence right now, but there is some talent in there. I would stay away from this game if we didn't have to pick it. For real, you're going to put money on the Jets? My God, I always say that on the Ohio State podcast. You're going to put American cash, hard-earned American cash on Rutgers? Like, that's what people do? Really? Like, that's a thing that a person would do? So, no, I'm not going to pick this. I'm going to take the Browns minus 9.5. But, man, I could see the Jets scoring 24, against this Browns defense. Myles Garrett, not himself still. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, he's just not. Maybe this is the week he is, but he's still not. And then the Browns have the same issues on defense they've had the whole time. So could the Jets back in to some scores? Maybe the Browns make one mistake and all of a sudden it's not in doubt exactly, but the Browns win 31-23. Oh, I think that's out there for sure. So I'd stay away. I'm sure as heck not going to put my fake money on the Jets. So I'm taking the Browns minus 9.5 reluctantly with an alert signal of anybody out there who actually has actual American cash to bet. I would watch this game, root against whoever you have to root against the Dolphins on Saturday, watch the game, enjoy the idea of the Browns ending their playoff drought, and save your money to bet on something else because I think it's a sucker line.
Take that money you'd put on the Jets and buy another Christmas present for your kids or something. Mary Kay, are you making it a clean sweep?
You know what? I struggled with this one. I really did, because I got fooled by, I was fooled really by the Jets beating the Rams. You know, that makes me think, wow, this is going to be a close game. But I don't really want to be fooled by that. And it's also a week where the Bengals beat the Steelers. So it just feels like, you know, the bad teams can just kind of like, they're like the Walking Dead this week, you know, they're just rising up and coming out of the earth and beating people. But Quinnen Williams is out for the season, and it's going to be really hard for them to play, you know, pretty good defense against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns right now without Quinnen Williams. I think that hurts them. It'll be Denzel Ward's second game back, and that's going to make a difference for the Browns. I think he's going to be that much better, having knocked the rust off last week. I think he'll be able to take care of whatever Sam's got going. And then Ronnie Harrison returned to practice this week, and that's big news. But I don't know if he's going to be ready to play this week. I think it might be one of those things where possibly they ease him back into practice this week and then let him play next week against the Steelers, because this is a game you don't have to rush him back for. You think you can probably win it without him. I don't know that he's going to play this week. But still, I'm going to pick the Browns. I'm going to pick the Browns to cover this one, even though I'm not feeling great about it because of, like I said, the Walking Dead factor.